Welcome back to Return to Wholeness with Heidi Marquez, founder of the Return to Wholeness Method. In this lesson, we're continuing our journey toward understanding the deeper roots of healing so you can reconnect with your mind, body, spirit, and soul. Remember, healing isn't about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you were before survival patterns disconnected you from your authentic self. Let's begin with a lesson on the stress cycle and energy depletion to better understand how chronic stress drains your mind, body, emotions, spirit, and soul. This visual shows examples of the stress cycle and energy depletion, why you feel exhausted even when you're resting. Have you ever felt exhausted even after getting enough sleep? Many people assume they simply need more rest, but often the real issue is an unfinished stress cycle. Stress is designed to be temporary. Your body is built to activate when needed and then return to a state of safety. When that recovery doesn't happen, stress accumulates and slowly drains your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and even soul-level energy. In this lesson, we'll explore why chronic stress leaves you feeling depleted, how it affects your entire system, and most importantly, how you can begin restoring your energy by helping your body feel safe again. In case you're wondering, what is the stress cycle all about? Stress is meant to be temporary. Stress itself is not the enemy, as it's a normal survival response. In a healthy cycle, a stressor activates your nervous system. Your body responds, the threat passes, and then your body recovers and returns to regulation. Stress hormones decrease, your muscles relax, your heart rate slows, and healing begins. The problem isn't experiencing stress. It's when the cycle never reaches recovery. Modern life often keeps us moving from one stressor to the next without giving our bodies the signal that we're safe. Over time, that unfinished cycle begins to affect every system in the body. A key point to remember is that stress itself isn't the problem. Remaining stuck in survival mode is. Here we have some examples of how chronic stress keeps the body on. Your body was never designed to stay in survival mode all day, every day. Stress is meant to be temporary, but when it isn't completed, your nervous system remains switched on. Whether the source is work pressure, emotional suppression, unresolved childhood experiences, relationship conflict, financial uncertainty, chronic illness, lack of rest, or perfectionism, your brain continues scanning for danger. Instead of moving through stress and into recovery, the cycle becomes stress leading to more stress, and then even more stress. Over time, cortisol and adrenaline remain elevated, sleep suffers, healing slows, and your energy becomes depleted. The missing piece isn't simply more rest, it's safety. Your body needs clear signals that the threat has passed. Only then can it shift out of survival mode, repair itself, and begin restoring your energy and resilience. This visual covers what the energy depletion cycle typically consists of. When stress remains unresolved, it creates a cycle that feeds itself. Stress activates the nervous system, increasing cortisol and adrenaline. Those hormones interfere with sleep and reduce your body's ability to recover. As recovery declines, mental fog develops, emotions become harder to regulate, physical fatigue increases, and resilience decreases. With fewer internal resources available, everyday challenges begin to feel even more stressful, restarting the cycle again. This is why many people feel trapped in burnout. The goal isn't simply reducing stress, it's interrupting the cycle so your body can recover and rebuild its energy naturally. Now let's learn about the 5 dimensions of energy, because energy is more than physical. When we think about energy, we often think only about physical fatigue, but true vitality depends on much more. Physical energy supports your body. Mental energy allows you to think clearly and focus. Emotional energy helps you process life's experiences. Spiritual energy connects you to purpose and meaning. Soul energy reflects your deepest sense of authenticity and connection with yourself. When chronic stress persists, each of these dimensions becomes depleted. That's why healing isn't just about sleeping more or taking a vacation. Lasting energy returns when we nourish the whole person, not just the physical body. Here, we identify common signs people experience when stuck in the stress cycle. Many people don't realize they're living in chronic stress because it has become their normal. The signs include feeling tired despite sleeping, constant muscle tension, hypervigilance, emotional reactivity, digestive issues, brain fog, burnout, getting sick more often, or simply feeling disconnected from yourself. These aren't signs that your body is failing you. They're signs that your nervous system has been working overtime. Instead of asking, "What's wrong with me?" a more helpful question is, "What has my body been trying to protect me from?" Awareness is the first step toward creating change. Let's pause. Here we have a writing opportunity to take at least 3 minutes to sit with these questions and self-reflect. Be brutally honest with yourself. Which of these signs have become normal for you? Which are you committing to shift? And what is one step you will take to start this shift? This visual shows examples of when the cycle never ends. For many people, stress becomes a constant state instead of a temporary experience. Work demands, financial uncertainty, unresolved emotions, relationship conflict, childhood experiences, perfectionism, chronic illness, and lack of rest can all keep the nervous system activated. Instead of experiencing stress followed by recovery, the cycle becomes stress leading to more stress, and then even more stress. The body never receives the message that the danger has passed. It continues preparing for a threat that may no longer exist. Eventually, survival mode becomes your new normal, and your body begins paying the price through exhaustion, tension, and chronic dysregulation. In case you were wondering how we interrupt the stress cycle, here we have the Return to Wholeness Method. Healing begins by teaching the body that it is safe again. In the Return to Wholeness Method, we first become aware of our patterns. Then we regulate the nervous system to create safety. Next, we release stored stress, emotions, and tension before repatterning subconscious beliefs that keep us stuck. From there, we reconnect with our values and purpose, embody healthier daily habits, and ultimately return to wholeness. Rather than pushing harder or forcing ourselves to keep going, we work with the body instead of against it. Sustainable healing happens when inner safety becomes the foundation for transformation. Remember, the Return to Wholeness Method provides a clear pathway for lasting transformation. We begin by becoming aware of our patterns, discovering their root causes, creating safety through regulation, releasing what no longer serves us, repatterning the subconscious, reconnecting with our authentic self, embodying new ways of living, and continually returning to wholeness. Healing isn't about becoming someone new, as it's about remembering who you've always been beneath your survival patterns. We want to leave you with some key takeaways. The most important lesson is this: healing energy begins with safety. Chronic stress affects far more than your physical body, as it influences your thoughts, emotions, relationships, and overall sense of well-being. Rest alone cannot complete the stress cycle if your nervous system still believes you're in danger. Lasting healing comes through regulation, emotional processing, subconscious repatterning, and reconnecting with your authentic self. As you move forward, consider this reflection. Where in your life are you surviving when you truly long to be thriving? Healing isn't about becoming someone new. It's about creating enough safety to remember who you've always been beneath the stress. Thank you for learning with us. Remember to subscribe for more Return to Wholeness curriculum. Our pillars are education, reflection, integration, transformation. Next steps. 1. Apply one regulation practice this week, like completing the Stress Cycle Guided Practice, which is available in the course playlist. 2. continue to the next lesson. 3. Claim your complimentary introductory consultation with us at calendly.com/returntoWholeness/15mins. Thank you again for joining today's lesson. We encourage you to take a few moments to reflect on what resonated most and consider one small practice you can begin applying before moving on to the next module. Remember, awareness is the beginning of healing, but transformation happens through consistent practice, compassionate curiosity, and the willingness to create new experiences of safety. Until next time, remember who you are, return to wholeness, subscribe for more.